Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg did a performance overseas in London, and they got interviewed by Capital Extra. And they told a very funny, just cool story. So let's go over the article. Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg have been friends and collaborators for many years, and on top of that, on top of spawning major hits, their friendship also spawned some hilarious moments. The Los Angeles natives were out in London this week for the launch of their gin and juice cocktail line and stopped by Capital Extra on Friday, July 19th to look back on the journey that got them there. By the way, Eminem was also in London doing the pop-up fan kind of event for the death of Slim Shady, so that was cool. Eminem also performed Houdini with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg where they performed. But this story is very interesting, so I'm going to play the interview clip and hope it doesn't get copyrighted. But they talk about how they got set up on a blind date and ended up leading to one of the best tracks that they made.
You two have been friends, colleagues, partners for a very long time. Have you got a standout moment from your friendship? I'm gonna ask you first, Ray.
I'll tell you this one story. We decided to go on this blind date one night.
Yeah, tell it.
And this is before FaceTime and pagers and all of that. So we decided to go on this date, and for some reason when we got there, this girl opened the door. She was beautiful. And I thought it was mine, and it wasn't. And Snoop pushed me out the way like, nah, cuz, that's me. When I turned that corner and saw mine, I was really disappointed. And we drove for like an hour in like Hurricane Katrina to get there. And I was extremely disappointed, but the good part about that is when we left that situation, the next day we went to the studio and made nothing but a G thing. Yeah.
Wow.
So it worked out.
It worked out very well.
Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. So shout out to that blind date moment, man. That's kind of crazy. Snoop Dogg, of course, Snoop Dogg would set up a situation like that where Dre gets the worst half of the blind date. I've had that happen a few times. Well, not a few times, actually twice, I think, where kind of just go out. Friend has this other friend, and it's not the best friend. Let's just say that out of the two. I never usually. I'm not gonna take one for the boys. I'm not taking the hit. I'm sorry. I just can't do it, man. I'm not one of those wingmen that do that. If I don't like the girl, I just don't like her, man. And I ain't gonna swing, and pretend like, hey, I actually like her, just so my friend could be cool with the girl that he's actually with. Nah, I'm good on that. But at least it led to something cool, man. Nothing but a G thing, classic record till this day. And we're scheduled to get the Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg album. Forget what it was called, but we're scheduled to get that. I think Missionary, I think it was called. We're probably going to get that this year, man, because they're promoting their gin and juice out there. They're doing the interviews. They're performing. So anytime now, since Eminem released his album, I'm sure Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg are going to release theirs. And then in the fantasy world that I live in, I'm hoping 50 Cent releases his album, but that's probably not going to happen. But yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted and see if anything new comes out with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg.